Good morning. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I had some insomnia last night. So it is, I don't know, like 7 something. And I never stay in bed this long ever. And, well, it's very rare. Very rare. But lately, I don't know. Here it is. So, anyway, I woke up like 1 and then fell asleep. I don't know. The last thing I saw was like 4:30. And oh yeah. And I don't know if it has to do with like me getting up checking on the dog or because I'm actually so then the first night I slept with the ceiling fan, it actually did help. Like I slept all night. I was like so happy. And then but I think it's maybe just getting up and checking on her is all I can think of. So yeah. So anyway, that's that. Um so I'm gonna get up here because I have not edited yesterday's video. And so I'm going to get that up. And it's pretty short. So I'm going to get that up. And today I am going to color my hair. That's the first thing I need to do. And what else? I don't know. Oh, I need to make an appointment for the vet for tomorrow. I know they're doing just drop-offs right now, so it'll probably be me just taking her in and then just going back and picking her up, which is fine. And then what else? Oh, gosh, I can't think of anything else. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. All right, well, let's just get up. Who cares? I'll tell you along the way. So I am gonna get my hair done. Needs to be done. It's really bad. So I thought you wouldn't think it was bad, but actually it's like especially in this area. And the last couple times I have not done the back of my hair, like underneath. And I just actually didn't think I had any gray hair back there, but I was watching one of my videos when I was editing. And, oh my gosh, it was like, it was pretty bad back there. I actually didn't think, and I am no professional, obviously, this is not what I do, so I just do the best I can, and this is probably why it doesn't last that long. So all you hair care professionals out there, don't judge me. I have been coloring my hair since I was about 18, 19. I started seeing little signs of gray back then. So I am pretty positive that I am very much like a salt and pepper, which is what my mom was. And she actually she went gray. She was okay with it. I probably should be okay with it as a grandmother, but not yet. So I am waiting to go gray now, and the reason I do it at home is because I am cheap. I am also very cheap. So, and I've always thought about doing like and I have done this in the past, I've done like the brush technique where you kind of part it and then you brush it on and stuff and you really get it soaked in there. But I think when I feel it with my hands, I don't know why I feel like I can do this better with my hands. So that's just my opinion, my personal preference. So some of my biggest areas is like right in this area. Obviously, it's where a lot of people see it. And of course, right around my ears. And this is probably the hardest. This is where I see it the most, the fastest. And I'm, it's hair growth and stuff. So this is all gray here in this region. So, but yeah. That's pretty much it. Little update on the little doggy. She is actually doing very well as of this morning. She had a pretty good night. She got up to go outside to go potty, and she did I felt like I dropped something, but apparently not. And so she went out and she kind of hung out a little bit. Like I stayed out there with her, so it was like about 9 o'clock or so. And that's why I feel like I'm a little bit tired. Because normally I don't stay up that late. I was actually watching, I was catching up on a couple shows yesterday, and there was a lot happening. Oh, I heard this morning, or I didn't hear, but I read, like, something popped up on my news feed. Prince Charles tested positive for the virus. I'll have to clean all this up. So, that was interesting. Especially since they have had a few... Now, I don't know... I don't actually watch all of their royal stuff, but I think I saw all the final things of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle doing their final stuff. And I thought they were all together. So, kind of interesting, right? How it's like when you... And there are many other cases in the world right now, and a lot of other diseases going on where people are still being, treated and trying to be kept as safe as possible, because you don't want them to be infected, and their track of getting better with whatever else they're dealing with to get this awful, awful thing, which could be really, really bad for some people. So, I praise a lot of the people who are posting online, especially it's like the millennial people. I did see one where this kid had gone to spring break. I don't say kid, but this young adult had gone on spring break to Florida, and he was like, if I get it, I get it. I don't care. I'm still going to party. Something to that effect. And then he came back and apologized and realized, hey, I have grandparents. I have people who could seriously be affected by this, and I was wrong. You just wish they would think about those things before they actually do it. But that's not what teenagers, young adults think. They're not... especially grown men. We'll get into a little bit of physiological here. They're just not, their brain isn't there yet. So it's very much it's a very selfish state, which is very much how it is. And that's the reason it's very hard, because teenagers are still figuring themselves out. They're invincible. They're, still trying to figure out their life. And so they're going to say, this is the best years of my life. I'm not going to, I'm healthy. This isn't going to affect me. But it definitely, if you are a carrier, it's going to affect the people around you. And so that's one of the biggest things. Affects the people around you. And that's what a lot of people need to understand. So my kids are in there. Well, my youngest is going to be 30 this year. So they'll all be in their 30s by July. And it's just one of those things where you just kind of go, wow, what is kind of happening here? That, they're looking at it you know, their teenage years, and right now with kids, they're like going, I don't understand them, those kids. But they, you know, they forget they had their time. I mean, we all had our time, and so we all felt we were invincible, and nothing was ever going to happen to us. And unfortunately, this isn't a time to think like that. And so we're getting, I have to wash my hands really, really good because I have an allergy to latex and stuff like that. So I try to make sure I don't have gloves on for too long. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. So anyway, they're, you know, they're thinking, oh, I have children. I have to really, you know, my priority is them. And so that's just, but we all had our years. And so hopefully this is a time when you're can't be selfish. And that's really hard to say to a young adult, to hunker down and hunker in and don't go out. That's really hard to say, when they're obviously not used to that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a scam call again. I just finished a video and I said I was getting scam calls pretty much like while I was recording. I was like so frustrated. And I'm getting one right now. Decline. So yeah, so I'm gonna let this sit, marinate. Again, don't judge. I still gotta clean up all this stuff. And I'll see you in a little bit. So she's being very needy, but she has figured out how to hop on 3 legs, right? Oh. Oh, no. So in her, there she is. But she's doing really well. She doesn't pull at her bandage or anything like that. She doesn't need that cone thing that a lot of dogs have to wear because they'll pull stuff off. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I know. But, and she doesn't seem to be as much pain now that she's taking her, she's got a couple doses of meds in her. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, all right. So I'm going to get ready. Just got the dye out of my hair. And she was waiting for me as I came out of the bathroom. So, of course, she deserves some love. Right, babe? Right, Teddy girl? Yeah, I know. Yeah. And this little girl will, like, if I don't move, she will sit on me and get all kinds of hair on me. So, girly, yeah, I know. So, this is my husband's candy drawer. Constant complains he doesn't have enough candy. But that's not all he has. He has this bag of M&Ms that he keeps in the living room for himself. So he constantly complains. So I told him that I would make him some of this salted caramel brownies. I told him I'd make these. So I'm making these today for him. So I'm going to start, let's see, preheat the oven. Let's start there. turn this around a little bit because it's, I think I get mine this way. All right, so I bought this perfect peach Bigelow, a few of them, because that's what I like, and the peach tea. But normally I buy this. This is my favorite, the Celestial. It's good stuff. And, but didn't have any more of these, so I picked up the Bigelow thinking, okay, it's gonna be good. And one of the main things is that they're caffeine free. So I try to stay away from a lot of caffeine stuff. This is chocolate. And so and the Bigelow one I noticed is also caffeine free. So I was like, okay, maybe it won't be too bad. Oh my gosh, made a big picture. It's not this one. It tastes like really, really bad. So I am heating up some hot water, and I think what I'm gonna do is I don't wanna waste a lot of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump like half of it. I feel so bad about it. I know, please don't think bad about me right now. But I'm gonna dump about half of it and then just put my tea in there. And you would probably think I'm like hoarding the tea with all the tea boxes, but I normally have like, these are kind of hard to find, so I normally will buy whatever's on the shelf when I can find it. So I had 2 boxes, and I can go through this pretty fast with the gallon container, and I can drink probably 2 of those gallons a week. So I can go pretty fast through these. So we usually just pick them up as we can because they're kind of hard to find, but they didn't have any, so I picked up the other one thinking I'd be safe in doing that, and not safe. So it's just terrible. And when you're, especially when you're going to be at home all this time, or even like I take it to work, it's just the most refreshing tea that I like. So unfortunately, and I do like some of the Bigelow stuff, but I'm just like, it's just not, peach one is not cutting the mustard there. So yeah, brownies are a success. Not much caramel, but that's okay. They'll do the trick. Do the trick. All right, so I think I'm gonna, oh, and I redid the tea. So when I actually, anyway, I don't know what happened anyway. It looked kind of funky, so I ended up having to dump the whole thing. I don't know what it was. It just didn't look right with that. Had like this stuff floating. Anyway, goodbye. So I made some new tea. I'm all excited. Have some tea, no soda.
Where's up and down?
Hold on. Sadie, is Dad home? Sadie, Dad home? Oh, he's home. I know he's home. Look at that. So, my internet is just crashing. I don't know what's going on. So I start watching something. I went to go lay down, and figured I'd fall asleep because I fall asleep better with like the TV on and the internet. So because I was watching, and then it crashes before I fall asleep. So then we'll take a nap, and it's like 5 o'clock. So I had very little sleep from last night. You remember, insomnia. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead. I didn't have breakfast after all. I think by the time I ate, it was like 11:30, 12, lunch. It was lunchtime. So I went ahead and just had lunch. My eyebrows, like I did them all funky. Just cover one. Isn't that how we do it? And that's how I do it. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I think this is going to be it for this vlog. Because I am so tired. I think I'm just going to like literally call it a day. I'm going to put my pajamas on and eat a little bit. And I don't know. It's kind of cold outside, so I don't even want to walk. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this vlog. I'm just like totally, like, I'm just beat, right? I'm just going to be honest. I'm just beat. So hopefully I can get some sleep. So, All right. Take care. Stay safe.